Hello and a very warm welcome. Lewis Hamilton wins his fifth Hungarian Grand Prix. One of the worst races, well, it was the worst race this year. Absolute snooze fest. Lewis Hamilton wins Hungary and is the most successful driver at Hungary with 5 wins and now leads the championship by 6 points after Nico Rosberg had a 43-point lead. Could this be a turning point? I mean, I'll give you the order of 1 to 10. Hamilton first, Rosberg second, Smiling Assassin third, Ricciardo, fourth Vettel, fifth Verstappen, sixth Raikkonen, seventh Alonso, eighth Sainz, ninth Bottas, and Hulkenberg 10th. Jolyon Palmer, he should have had his first points, but had a spin at turn 4. I don't know what happened there, but he's a guy under pressure. Esteban Ocon's linked with his seat, so Jolyon Palmer's under pressure. Should have got his first points yesterday. Also, Jenson Button's penalty was an absolute joke. Like, I don't like Jenson Button. I'm not saying couldn't care because his penalty was a joke, but I'm not bothered what Jenson Button does because I don't particularly like him. But that penalty he got yesterday was a joke. He went 8th to last, so he lost 12 to 14 positions, and then he gets a drive through just to, it's literally the kick in the balls. I mean, he goes from 8th to last. He's about 8 seconds off the back of 21st place, and then he gets a drive through. It just seems ridiculous. Just looking down at my notes, I've covered that. Worst race this year, easily, for me. It was a snooze fest. The only good bit was the start. You had Hamilton, Rosberg in the middle, Ricciardo, and then you had Verstappen trying to come across the... Well, he tried it on Hamilton, but there was never no room. He was trying to come down the inside. But Hamilton got into the corner first. Ricciardo got Rosberg. Rosberg got in the toe, went round the outside of Ricciardo, and then basically they followed each other from there. You had Hamilton, Rosberg, Ricciardo, Vettel, and they just followed each other, basically. The only interesting battle was Verstappen and Raikkonen, and people were saying Verstappen was doing 2 moves, but the one where they had contact for me, Verstappen, Kimi's behind him, Verstappen defended, and then he just took the corner. So he didn't move twice for me. But that was about the only good battle on the track, so... I mean, really poor race. I mean, giving Button that penalty, that's what's wrong with F1 at the minute. That's why there's not many... Well, there's still fans. I'll watch it no matter what. Even if they bring this shitty Halo device in, I'll still watch it. But it's not F1. It needs to go back to its roots instead of all this safety. I mean, that's what F1's about for me, risk. I know we had Bianchi who had that big accident, but that was the first fatality in 20 years since Senna. So, I mean, 1 death is too many, but 20 years gap, I mean... Anyway, that's a touchy subject for some people, so we'll move on. Lewis Hamilton, he needs 3 more wins to be the 2nd of all time. Lewis Hamilton has a lot of haters. I am a Lewis Hamilton fan. He needs 3 more wins to get past Prost to be the 2nd of all time. That means Michael Schumacher will be on 91. Then you'll have Hamilton. And people still doubt whether Hamilton can do it. They all say, oh, he's always had a great car. Well, 2009 was a shit car, and he still managed to win a race. Lewis Hamilton, he also will be the all-time pole record. I think he's like... I'm not sure off the top of my head. He should have had pole at Hungary the other day, but Rosberg got it. I think he's like 15, 14 off Michael Schumacher's 68. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but it's around there. And basically, he's going to be the all-time records pole man in Formula 1. I mean, he only needs a couple, and he's easily going to get them because he's got 5 years at least left in his career. I mean, and I think I've covered everything. Worst race of the year, Button's penalty, Max Kimi, Lewis Hamilton being 3 more wins, and then he's 2nd, covered 1 to 10. And for me, this could be the turning point. We've got Germany in, well, coming up literally next weekend, and then that's a great track. It should be a better race than Hungary for sure. I remember Hamilton started from, did he start? He either started last or started from the pit lane and still got on the podium at Hungary. So that, sorry, Hockenheim. So yeah, it should be a good race. Also, Rio Haryanto, I'm not sure if that was his last race. Rumour has it that Stoffel Van Dorn might be replacing him, so we'll have to see about that. But Lewis Hamilton has a 6-point lead over Nico Rosberg. Rosberg had a 43-point lead. It's been swiped. And Lewis Hamilton is now 6 points ahead of Rosberg. Can he get his 4th World Championship? Surely the doubters would have to zip it if he gets 4 world titles, 2nd on all-time wins, and the record pole holder. But this is a funny world, very funny world. So Hockenheim, it's a great track for me. I like Hockenheim. That's another point I want to cover. Rosberg gets heavily booed at Silverstone on the podium when they were doing the interviews and that. I expect Lewis Hamilton to get booed at Germany. I put 90% that Lewis Hamilton will get booed at Germany. Because British fans, wrongly, I don't like booing, but for me, Rosberg deserved it at Spa, that time when he clipped Hamilton and basically put him out of the race. He was just racing around in last. And that's when you deserve to get booed. But for me, Austria just happened. British fans booed Rosberg, and I expect the same for Hamilton in Germany, because now Hamilton's in the championship lead, isn't he? So I'm pretty sure, I'm 90% sure the Germany fans will boo Hamilton if he gets on the podium. But we'll just have to see. Hamilton, the most successful driver around Hungary, 5 wins. Come on. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the race. For me, it was piss poor. It was shite. But I'll still always watch. No matter how bad the racing is, I will always watch. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Adios.